Kia ora, nau mai, haere mai, and welcome to Madills Farm in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, for coverage of this New Zealand Football Northern League Round 22 clash between hosts Eastern Suburbs and their crosstown rivals, Auckland United. Two teams that are both already qualified for the upcoming Men's National League Championship. My name's Morgan Jarvis, and it's my pleasure to be commentating today's match in what's the final round of the Northern League, and where a win today for Eastern Suburbs could still give them the tiniest glimmer of hope of snatching the Northern League title crown off defending champions Auckland City, who will be playing at the same time. We look at the lineups and the visitors. Auckland United, they've got their regular keeper Mac Waite in between the sticks, and the defence includes former All-White Noah Billingsley and the experienced Ross Haviland. There's an international flavour in the middle of the park with Yusuf Al-Khalisi, Ignacio Machuca and DeAndre Vollenhoven. And striker Josh Redfern is the side's top scorer with 11 goals. Young Daniel Atkinson scored New Zealand football's goal of the week in last week's 4-0 win over Melville United. They're coached by Jose Figueira. And the home team today, Eastern Suburbs, they've got 17-year-old goalkeeper Joseph Knowles, who's the only teenager in their squad today. And in front of him, there's lots of experience in the likes of captain Adam Thomas, Kelvin Kalua, Stephen Hoyle, and All-White Francis de Vries. They've got former Manchester United Academy player Adam Thurston, who's been welcomed back into the lineup in recent weeks. And they'll be looking to the likes of Jake Michelle and Daniel Bunch to find the net. They're coached by Kane Winterskill. Fantastic day here at Madills Farm. Gentle breeze coming in, nice sunny conditions. Of course, we're into spring, and we've got the National League Championship men's and women's competitions coming up in just a few weeks' time. As I said, these two teams have qualified. Eastern Suburbs here, well, they've had a remarkable season, and they're still unbeaten in the Northern League, but they have a chance of going unbeaten and not winning the title, because Auckland City, the defending champions, also unbeaten, and they require only a point in their match today against Manukau United to repeat winning the Northern League title. That match is also about to kick off, so Suburbs essentially have nothing to lose here. They'll surely be looking to do their part by playing some attacking football and trying to rack up some goals. Meanwhile, Auckland United, the visitors here today in the all-black kit, they've been steadily improving in each of the last few years, and they've sewn up third place in the Northern League, which has also guaranteed them a National League spot. They'll have revenge in the back of their mind today after losing 1-0 to Suburbs back in May. Referee for today's match, young Ashley Wilson, with Charlie Singh and Pranell Gordon on the sidelines, running the lines. So two teams shake hands ahead of kick-off. Both teams, well, fielding pretty experienced lineups, surprisingly experienced lineups for this final round match, given they're both already qualified, but I guess with Eastern Suburbs in particular, they'll be wanting to give it everything to do their part. But both teams are missing a few players today as well. Eastern Suburbs, they've got three regulars that were part of the New Zealand Under-23 Olympic qualifying win over Fiji midweek in Aaron Raj, Lewis Toomey and Ryan Verney, and they're also missing their top goal scorer Martin Bueno, as the two captains Adam Thomas and Ross Haviland. Just at the toss there, and not too far from kick-off here. Auckland United missing a couple of their key players too. Young midfielder Oliver Middleton and former Japanese international Hideo Takahashi, who've both appeared in every match prior in the Northern League, are missing today, along with young defender Semi Nabidu, who debuted for Fiji under-23s in that Olympics qualifier against New Zealand. So it will be the home team, Eastern Suburbs, in their traditional white kit, playing from right to left. Visitors, Auckland United, in their all-black kit. Good crowd building up here at Madills Farm. Suburbs will have that gentle breeze at their back in this first half. Actually, it's Suburbs who will get the game underway here. And straight away, Eastern Suburbs look to build up from the back. And it's Thomas putting it down to the corner, but that's comfortable for Mac Waite. Rolls it out the left and sent very long and direct, but over the sideline. Won't give DeAndre Bullenhoven a chance to get onto that one. Be Calvin Carlo. Throw it in. Daniel Bunch. Adam Thurston cleverly chipping it down into the corner, and well contested there, and Bunch now looking to turn inside the box. Kalua swings across in and looking to open up a shot here, and it's a tame shot initially, but another attempt there from Twig. So encouraging start there for Suburbs. They'll win an early corner. Will be Adam Thurston to swing this in, a bit of a set piece specialist. It's swinging dangerously, and Waite has to be strong there to claim that on the second attempt, but referee, just as United were looking to spring a counter, just halts play as there's an injured player down needing some attention. It's a dangerous corner though from Thurston, and Waite did well to claim it. It's Calvin Carlua there. Experienced defender, member of the 100 club here at Eastern Suburbs, more than 100 appearances to his name. Looks like he might have just taken a bit of a knock to the mouth, but should be okay to continue. It's always a pretty tight affair between these two teams. In fact, in their last 5 meetings, it couldn't really be any more even, with 2 wins apiece and a draw, and both teams scoring 4 goals and conceding 4 goals in those 5 matches. But as I mentioned earlier, Suburbs did claim a 1-0 win in their last clash back in May. As a Jake Michelle goal in the first half was the only goal in that match. So expect it to be tight today. Eastern Suburbs actually have a pretty good record of scoring early goals in matches, with 10% of their goals coming inside the first 10 minutes. But it's United now looking to spring forward, and Knowles has to be alert there. Chuka lays it back to El Khaleesi. And then cross coming in from Machuka, but well claimed by the young goalkeeper, Joseph Knowles, who was on the bench in that under-23 Olympic match midweek when New Zealand defeated Fiji 3-1. United look to spring another attack, and Redfern putting pressure on there, but Knowles happy to go long. DeVries lays it off. It's well cut out by Noah Billingsley, and he'll have a free kick awarded his way there. All the way back to Waite. Billingsley in a good contest there with DeVries, a couple of former All Whites there. Comes to Thurston, who looks to spring a clever chip through. Could have been dangerous, but Mac Waite was alert. Everland with a long ball for Vollenhoven. Long again from Suburbs, well cut out. Now Kalua, who looks like he's recovered, which is good to see. Thurston already looking bright in the early stages of this match. Looking to feed it through to Twig, who had got a long way forward, but now there's a good contest there between the youngster Ishvia Singh and the experienced Stephen Hoyle. And free kick going the way of United this time. That could be a good battle with the 17-year-old Ishvia Singh up in attack for Auckland United today alongside Josh Redfern, and Singh only just turned 17 too and scored an early opener last week in Auckland United's 4-0 win over Melville. And sent across dangerously, but Knowles claims it. Good crowd building around the field here at Madills Farm. I'm sure there'll be plenty of Suburbs supporters desperately hoping that Auckland City trip up today. It's Billingsley up against DeVries. It's going to be a good contest today. And Redfern has all the tricks, but looks like the throw awarded the way of Suburbs. Bunch lays it off to Michelle. See this a lot from teams these days, trying to invite pressure to try and open up gaps, but United try and hold their position, and reclaimed by Suburbs who go long. And Bunch just gotten himself into an offside position. Industrious forward up and attack for Eastern Suburbs. Has 5 goals to his name, but would have a few assists as well because he's always puts in a good shift up front. Scored in their last 2 matches against West Coast Rangers and Birkenhead. Suburbs winning that contest. Billingsley thumping it long, looking for Singh, who up against Hoyle who shows all his experience there. Nice turn there from Thurston, but strong challenge coming in. Still goalless here at Madills Farm, 10 minutes in. Eastern Suburbs controlling a fair amount of possession. Both teams just testing each other out a bit, trying to build up here, and foul awarded there eventually on 24, Daniel Atkinson, who has also scored in his last 2 matches against Melville and Western Springs, including that nicely finished goal last week against Melville that saw him be named New Zealand Football Goal of the Week with that one. Hoyle strong with the header there. It comes back his way. Nice driving run here from Vollenhoven. Billingsley with a chance to get a cross in. Swings it in wildly. Calvin Kalua, who made an appearance for the All Whites in 2021 against Curaçao. Bunch again battling away and does well and just about keeps it in too. Does win his side a throw in. Tyler Lisette in the 3 shirt there on the ball again. Just in that holding midfield role for Eastern Suburbs. And starts a nice attack here and fed through, and that's Billingsley in the right place to clear what could have been a dangerous opportunity for Suburbs. Jaden Scott in the 14 shirt there for Eastern Suburbs, who's rejoined the club after 4 years away, most recently at Bay Olympic. Back to Lisette. Twig spreads it out to the left side, out to Francis de Vries, who always swinging a dangerous left-footed cross, but instead tries to link up with Twig. Billingsley can't keep that one in and quickly taken by Suburbs. United this time looking to send it long, and Knowles very alert to that one. All the way through to his opposite. Long and Redfern, who hasn't been too involved at this stage, but such a dangerous player in attack. Of course, natural goal scorer for Auckland United, but just as adept at creating goals as well. Good pressure here again from Bunch. Defenders always have to be alert when he's around. William Stephen there down that left flank for Auckland United, can't keep that one in. See that wind's just picked up a bit here at Madills Farm at the back of Eastern Suburbs. Tussles going on there, but comes the way of Kalua. But be another throw for the Lily Whites. Still goalless, I understand it. Auckland City's clash. As United try and clear it, and Waite will keep that one in and look to launch his side forward through Billingsley. Yusuf Al-Khalisi nicely sent out the left to Stephen. Chipped across to Sione Farpoi, the defender there for Auckland United. Signed this year from Fencibles United. Former New Zealand youth player himself. Not really too many good chances on goal from either side in the opening 16 minutes here at Madills Farm. Kalua getting a long way forward here and has a few players in the box, and Bunch and DeVries not too far away from getting on the end of that one. Can United catch Kalua out of position? Again, Knowles is alert to that. Twig sends it out, well, looking for DeVries, but nicely cut out. Billingsley drives forward with the ball. Galician. Well, the visitors hoping for a free kick for maybe a wee shirt tug there, but guilty of not playing to the whistle. But they do get it back now through Machuka. A Chilean-born former Waitakere player. Could be cut out there, and it is by Billingsley. Billingsley and Francis DeVries certainly having a good battle down this near touchline. Lisette sends it out to Kalua. Nice ball through there, looking for Jaden Scott. And, well, Haviland had to be alert there, did well to cut it out. Suburbs will get a chance to build again. Just beginning to pin United back near their own end of the field. That one's cut out though. Khaleesi goes past one and drives over the halfway line with Thurston in close attendance, the two number 10s. Does well to link up with Singh. And gets it back. He'll try and get it back again to Singh, but Lisette did well covering and wins a relieving free kick there. Adam Thomas goes long. DeVries certainly has a long throw in his locker as well, but looks at his options and looks to find Thurston, but nicely won there in the middle of the park, and Machuka just couldn't quite link up with a teammate there. Might just have another stoppage here. Another injury. So 20 minutes in here at Madills Farm in this Northern League Round 22 clash between Eastern Suburbs and Auckland United. Remember, both these teams have already qualified for the National League Championship, which gets underway in just a couple of weeks. That's going to be fantastic. Most of the teams now confirmed for that men's competition, with Auckland City, Eastern Suburbs, Auckland United and Manurewa AFC from the Northern League. Down in the Southern League, Christchurch United and Kashmir Technical, the top two teams there. It's in the Central League where there's still a couple of spots possibly up for grabs. Wellington Olympic and the Wellington Phoenix got their spots locked up, but Napier City Rovers, Petone and Western Suburbs fighting over the remaining couple of spots in the final round today. El Khaleesi finds Singh, who looks to hold it up, but nicely done by the experienced Adam Thomas, 31 now, the former New Zealand Olympics player back in 2012, of course. Lost some of his best years to multiple injuries. The 6 years of football, essentially, and what should have been the prime of his career. But it's fantastic to see him back as chipped over, but all the way through to weight. And Adam Thomas managed to get over and play some football in the League of Ireland last year as well. So still playing some great football. Good tussle there between Twig and Atkinson. El Khaleesi showing a nice footwork again and tried a wee spin, but couldn't get past the rather large physical presence of Tyler Lisette. Hoyle looking to find Bunch, but another opportunity for Suburbs. Seen a lot of football played in this area of the park, but United have been very resolute so far and not really allowing too many opportunities through on goal. It's a little bit shanked by El Khaleesi, who was caught as he tried to clear it. And Thurston, now Bunch, just can't quite get the ball under control. Bit of frustration there from the visitors as Jaden Scott fell awkwardly. The referee has adjudged that he was taken out while he was in the air. One of those awkward ones that you see quite often and can often go either way, but it did look like the Auckland United player may have just backed into the Suburbs player as he was in the air. And it means there's a free kick in a fairly good area for Suburbs, although very central. So they may look to have Lisette angle the ball out to an incoming player. then flick it into the 6-yard box. Let's see what they construct here. They've got players on each side of the penalty box, and comes to DeVries, and he swings in a left-footed cross, and getting onto the end of it was Kalua. Well, that was a nicely worked set move, but Kalua just couldn't quite direct his header on target. Wasn't too far away. Good chance there. Probably the best chance of the match so far. Those two number 10s have been in close attendance throughout much of the match. Good tussle once again. Khaleesi showing his footwork and taken to ground there by Jake Michelle, who has 8 Northern League goals to his name this season. At the number 10 there for Auckland United, Yusuf Al-Khaleesi made 4 appearances for Eastern Suburbs early last season. We have another free kick awarded here. Yeah, Khaleesi making 4 appearances for Eastern Suburbs before then joining Manukau United, former Auckland City player. And now Khaleesi has a few goals to his name, 7 Northern League goals to his name this season, including a penalty that he scored from off the bench last week against Melville. And now it's United with a free kick opportunity. They also look to work a move to try and get into a better position to be able to swing it into the box, but nicely closed down there by Lisette. Certainly some good contests across the park. Big ask for referee Ashley Wilson, who's fairly young, younger than many of the players out on the pitch. But very promising young referee. Great opportunity to referee a clash like this. Al-Khaleesi looks to swing it out, all the way out to Singh. But just asking a wee bit much of him there. Not the news that Eastern Suburbs fans will want to hear, but Auckland City have taken a 1-goal lead over Manukau. Remembering Auckland City need just a point from their match to sew up the Northern League title. And here's Bunch, though. Eventually cleared by Sione Whapoi. Be quite a staggering achievement if Eastern Suburbs don't get beaten today, and would mean they'd go through the entire Northern League season unbeaten and yet not claim the crown that Auckland City look like they're heading towards claiming. Thurston looking to almost line up a shot there, and now the game just comes to life a wee bit. Been a cagey affair so far, really. Always knew it was going to be a tight one as Noah Billingsley goes to the turf and seems frustrated. Let's hope this isn't something like a muscle strain or something which would see him come off inside the first half hour. It does give both coaches a chance to just talk things over tactically with their teams, and Jose Figueira there discussing things with his team as the United players hydrate. Of course, the Auckland United coach. Is such a fantastic coaching pedigree already after arriving in New Zealand back in 2003, 20 years ago now. And despite his exotic name, he was born in England and raised in England to Spanish parents. And before he arrived in New Zealand, had a stint coaching at the Academy of Brighton and Hove Albion. And aren't they performing absolutely superbly now over in the English Premier League? Play will get back underway, and it looks like Billingsley is okay to continue.
Make sure you're across and you're offering to food as well. Just at the right time, Drake. Good. Jake, get across. Yeah, it's good. Steve, let's go. Yes, Jake.
Everland. Good tussle there again between Atkinson, who loses out to Twig, but then El Khaleesi winning a sliding challenge. I feel the temperature just sort of rising a notch so as the match just simmers away. Both of these teams have been pretty well behaved this year on the pitch, with only one red card shown to any of these players in the Northern League season, and that was Stephen Hoyle, sent off back in June. As Auckland United player is caught there by Michelle, who was, I don't think there was any malice at all in it, as he looked to win the ball and clip it forward, but may have caught his opponent in the head there. So another stoppage to this game. It's been a wee bit stop-start in this first half. Looks like a yellow card will be shown here too. So I'm guessing that will be to the number 20 for Eastern Suburbs, Jake Michelle. So still goalless here at Madills Farm. And what's the final round of the Northern League? Finally get underway again, and Everland okay to continue as well. Redfern battling away down that left flank on this occasion for United, but long throw coming in from Michelle, assisted by the wind as well. Everland happy to thump it clear. Been a bit of a stop-start first half here, but can Suburbs try and spark something here? That looks like it's going to be adjudged a back pass, which United can't believe, and what a position this is going to be in. Big call here from referee Ashley Wilson. Catch a replay here, and could have been an awkward one, and I have to say I'm not sure whether the touch that went back to Waite would be called an intentional back pass there. So could be a big moment, and it'll be an entertaining moment because these types of situations are always chaos. An indirect free kick so close to goal. We'll likely see the Auckland United players line up across the goal line, trying to form a literal barrier. And Eastern Suburbs will likely lay off a short free kick to a player to try and just thump it at the goal. You can see there's discussions there with Noah Billingsley just wanting to make sure that the referee understands that it's pretty hard to get your arms out of the way from this kind of range if the ball does happen to strike an arm. So could this be the moment to really spark this match into life? And it's number 10, Adam Thurston, and 15, Francis De Vries over the ball, and looks like it may be De Vries who will lay it off to Thurston. See, it is Thurston who thumps it, and somehow blocked, and another stoppage for an injured player. Well, so it's the keeper, Mac Waite, who's worn one there, is trying to catch what happened. And yeah, just trying to catch a replay there, and it looks like he's worn that in the face, as you'll see here. May have jumped off his line a bit early, so he might be lucky to get away with that one. You can see some protests from the Suburbs players, and for putting his body on the line, he has worn a rocket in the face. So nasty one there. Let's hope there's no concussion issues there. Those are definitely awkward ones. But yeah, Thurston certainly hit the shot with as much power as he could, trying to send it high into the net. And a brave effort from Mac Waite. Quite sure when you see that replay that he would have encroached a bit closer than allowed, but seems to have gotten away with it. I guess it'll go down as the first save of the match. Not actually too sure whether his side have a replacement goalkeeper on the bench today either, so sure they'll be hoping that he's fine to continue. You'll hope that he can see out the remaining minutes in this first half. You can see certainly no hard feelings there between him and Thurston. That's football, but Waite putting his body on the line to keep it goalless here at Madills Farm. Looks like the Auckland United physio just be asking Mac Waite a few questions here to make sure that there's no concussion issues. He seems like he'll be okay to continue, which is good to see. Looks like the referee may even just want to get his own confirmation that he's happy to proceed. And it appears that's so Waite will get the game underway again as we count down towards half-time here. Fa'apoi goes long. Finds Redfern, who's been pretty quiet so far. Looks to take on Jaden Scott there. And could be an awkward one for De Vries, but gets it clear, only as far as Billingsley. Billingsley will get back on it, cuts inside, but Well cut out by Thurston, tracking back. United send it forward again, but you see how much the wind is just holding the ball up there, making it awkward at the back for Suburbs. Sometimes having the wind at your back isn't always the advantage it's made out to be. That'll be comfortable for Waite to claim. Mac Waite, who's appeared in 20 of Auckland United's 21 Northern League matches so far this season. Made 31 appearances last year across the Northern League and National League. Suburbs with another free kick here. Wouldn't say it's been the prettiest and most free-flowing game of football so far, but both teams, despite already being qualified for the National League, are clearly desperate to not lose this one. As United surge down the left, but well cut out there by Thurston. He's been busy today, the 28-year-old former Auckland City midfielder, who, as I said earlier, spent 8 years as a junior at the Manchester United Academy before being released as a 16-year-old, which can always be pretty devastating when you're at that kind of age. But he's done a wonderful job coming over to this part of the world and becoming a very settled player now in this, well, for Eastern Suburbs, very much settled in New Zealand. Has a couple of lovely young twins with his partner here. And the kind of player who could play a key part in the National League ambitions in that competition, which gets underway in a few weeks. Another injury stoppage here. This time it's William Stephen, the former Hamilton Wanderers wide player. But again, he looks like he'll be fine to get back out on the pitch. Can either team break the deadlock before the halftime break? Hoyle all the way back to Knowles. Comfortable with the ball at his feet, the young goalkeeper. You sort of have to be these days as a goalie. Billingsley and Redfern trying to link up, but Twig does well. This time Redfern is rewarded and keeps the ball in. Links up with Billingsley. De Vries has done a great job of not allowing him to get crosses into the box, and does so again. Have to call that one a draw so far, I think, that contest between two former international players. They're at it again. Could be a few minutes of additional time before the halftime break with all the stoppages we've had. Carloa looks to spark it down the right flank, and Suburbs get players surging forward and taken to ground. Is it inside the area? The referee takes his time and may have a conversation with the assistant, but Auckland United pleading for that not to be a penalty. But there was a trip there on Thurston. And this could be a big moment very late in the first half. Didn't look like there was a massive amount of contact on Thurston, but there doesn't need to be much when you're sprinting full speed, and appeared to be clipped and taken to ground, and I don't think the Auckland United protests are going to amount to much here. And it will be Francis de Vries, who has 3 goals to his name already this season, and is a pretty cool customer from the penalty spot. 5 all white caps to his name. Suffered a bad ACL injury last year, I think it was, but doesn't appear to be hindering him too much these days, which is great to see. Scored one of his 3 Northern League goals a fortnight ago against Birkenhead. He's appeared in, I think, all but 1 Northern League match for Suburbs, and has the most minutes out of their outfield players, and take the penalty and sends Matt Waite the wrong way, and there is the opening goal for Eastern Suburbs from the penalty spot. Francis de Vries, cool as you like. Looked calm the entire time, and gives his side a crucial lead here. Remember, there could still be a few minutes of referee's time here. Redfern looking to send Singh through. The 2 forwards for Auckland United just haven't been given too much space and opportunity so far in this match. Machuka chipping it over, and there is that wind holding the ball up, and effort coming in there, but comfortable in the end for Knowles. But that just shows how the wind can hold the ball up and make it tricky. Twig out to the goal scorer, De Vries, who lays it on first time for Thurston. Another tussle down this near line, but it's a throw in for the Lily Whites, and De Vries looking for Bunch, who's claiming he caught an arm there from Haviland, who's under pressure now from Michelle. Looks like a bit of shirt tugging going on there between Thomas and Redfern, but Redfern does well and links up with Singh, who goes to ground, and that'll be a free kick, and Adam Thomas might do well not to pick up a booking for that challenge. That's a bit more like it for Auckland United, with Singh and Redfern finally managing a bit of link-up play there. It looked like Thomas may have just given Singh a bit of a tug, and he'll pick up a yellow card there. So each team still battling away late in this first half. Said a few times it hasn't been a free-flowing half of football. But is this a chance for the visitors, Auckland United, to try and level things up before the break? Couple of midfielders there, the 8, DeAndre Vollenhoven, and the 10, Yusuf Al-Khalisi, over the ball. And a swarm of tall timber for Auckland United, looking to run in from that far post. Or will it be a shot? As Billingsley gets forward, and it is a chipped effort coming in from Vollenhoven, who has another go, but over the bar. And another stoppage as another player has worn the ball. Well, for all the stop-start nature of the half and a few moments where it seemed like tempers could flare a bit, both teams have played the match in a pretty good spirit so far. The play will again be able to get back underway through Joe Knowles with the goal kick. Once again, a contest for the ball there, and now Bunch putting the pressure on Billingsley, and then Billingsley, well, that all came down to the pressure that Bunch put on his opponent, and now Billingsley will see yellow for catching Twig, and it was all thanks to the pressure that Bunch had put on his opposing defender there. And the goal scorer, Francis de Vries, with a chance to swing it in with his left foot. Look for the likes of Hoyle to try and get on the end of this. It's up nice and high, and awkward for the goalkeeper who missed it. It's still alive there. And Billingsley finally thumps it clear for United. Oh, that looked like a bit of an error from the goalkeeper, maybe just caught out with that swirling wind. Suburbs suddenly smelling blood, trying to get a second goal before the break. Thomas and Khaleesi up against it there. A bit of frustration again from both players, and linesman there doing a good job of just cooling things down. It'll be Francis de Vries with another free kick. What will the keeper do this time? Well done, Mac Waite confidently claims that one, but Shanks' clearance a bit. Good pressure from Twig, who's been industrious just like his teammate there, Bunch. And there is the halftime whistle finally blown, and at the break, it's Eastern Suburbs holding a 1-0 lead over Auckland United. There haven't been too many chances in the match so far, and the only goal came from the penalty spot not long before the halftime break. Francis de Vries scoring from the spot after Adam Thurston was fouled. So good news for Eastern Suburbs to be leading 1-0 at the break. The not so good news for them is that their rivals for the title, Auckland City, hold a pretty comfortable lead in their final match of the season, leading 4-0 now, needing only a point to claim the Northern League title. But stick around, don't go far, because we'll be back soon with second half action in this Northern League clash from Madills Farm. See you soon.
The fern is a symbolic representation for all New Zealanders and has been reimagined to represent all of football in Aotearoa, New Zealand. A circular shape not only symbolises the round ball used by all those that play the game, but also, and more importantly, represents the strength and infinite connection created by all those that play a part of the game. with each piece of the fern recognising and acknowledging those that make the beautiful game beautiful. The stalk represents our grassroots, our communities, our clubs, our volunteers and our fans. They are the foundation and are at the centre of all we do. The pinner represents our federations across the whole of New Zealand. Our federations guide and protect our clubs and communities, allowing everyone to be heard, to be represented and provide guidance and opportunities at every pathway. One brand identity with regional differentiation. Federations in New Zealand football working together to serve our communities, creating more than a game, creating a sporting whānau where everyone is welcome.
We believe in supporting and nurturing our extended sporting whānau, working towards promoting a healthy group activity that kids, parents and friends love. We want everyone to feel invited. It is in our DNA. We are accessible to all. We are football in Aotearoa. We are the beautiful game and we are proud to be the largest sporting whānau in New Zealand.
With the FIFA Women's World Cup coming to Aotearoa, New Zealand...
To Madills Farm in Auckland, where the second half coverage of this Northern League clash isn't far away from getting back underway between the hosts. Eastern Suburbs in the all-white kit there, who will be playing from left to right in the second half. They currently hold a 1-0 lead over the visiting Auckland United in the All Black. If you have only just joined us and missed the first half, well, it wasn't the prettiest half of football. In fact, it was a bit of an arm wrestle of a match. Very stop-start, quite a few stoppages for injury. Fortunately, none of them major ones. The only goal coming just before the halftime break, actually, and it was from the penalty spot for Eastern Suburbs. Francis de Vries converting a penalty after Adam Thurston was fouled. And there weren't too many other moments of real action in terms of shots at goal. The other big moment of excitement was a few minutes earlier when Eastern Suburbs were awarded an indirect free kick just about 8 yards out from goal after the referee Ashley Wilson adjudged a back pass back to Mac Waite. And it was Waite who was very brave, came screaming off his line and wore a rocket of a shot in his face, which led to one of the numerous stoppages we had in that half. But let's hope the second half is a wee bit more free-flowing. Both these teams score the majority of their goals after the halftime break, so there's a good chance there could be a bit more goal-scoring action. Remember, both these teams have already qualified for the upcoming National League Championship, where we'll see the best teams from the Northern League, Central League and Southern League all clash. And it's Auckland United with a great start to the half down the right flank, and Hoyle does enough to scramble it clear and will win a goal kick. So we did see that wind pick up in that first half, and where it was at the back of the Lily Whites, Eastern Suburbs. And of course now it's Auckland United who will have that wind at their back. Stephen Hoyle, who's really made a home for himself at the back now after making a name for himself for many years as a striker. Just fed through here for Bunch, and De Vries just didn't quite connect with the shot. I think it was on his wrong foot there. But already there's a bit more life at the start of this second half. Both teams looking to launch attacks. It will be a corner for Eastern Suburbs. Adam Thurston, the player who was fouled for that first half penalty, he's the player who will look to swing it in here. Thurston's delivery, but well cleared by United. Can they spark something? They do get it forward, and Knowles has to be alert to deny Atkinson. Atkinson again might look to get a bit more involved in this half. Been in good form lately with a couple of goals in recent weeks. Strong challenge there, but United do well and can't quite connect with the shot there. But already looking a bit more positive in the second half. Well, again, who's done such a good job as coach of the Eastern Suburbs women's team, and well, rusty out his hand there trying to grab a piece of Singh's shirt, and maybe fortunate he didn't get more of it. Has picked up a red card earlier in the season for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Wouldn't want that to happen again. It wouldn't be a good way to end the Northern League season. Yusuf El-Khalisi, who was busy and very clever on the ball, and he drives forward again here and still going. Goes to ground, but play on, and he's still got the ball at his feet. Strong challenge coming in from Tyler Lissette. And El-Khalisi this time catches Twig, and there's calls there that Twig could have been able to launch a counter there for Eastern Suburbs. Adam Thomas, the captain there in the 2 shirt, can't believe that his opponent has escaped a booking there, and you don't really like to see those kind of protests, although Thomas did pick up a yellow card himself in the first half for a similar kind of situation. Billingsley and Bunch battling away, but Twig will send it back out to Bunch, who chips it across. Awkward one for Michelle, with leaning away from goal. Wollenhoven doesn't have a teammate out there. You can see Stephen Hoyle, the experienced Suburbs player, just wanting to just slow things down a wee bit, make sure his team has an element of control. Oh, Twig with a layoff for Thomas, who's caught. Another free kick. I have to say it's been an awkward game for the referee, young Ashley Wilson, to control, but I don't feel like the referee can cop much of the blame for the stop-start nature of that first half. Thomas definitely milking a bit of time here after being fouled, but certainly looks like he's okay to continue. I see number 6 has come on for Eastern Suburbs here, Jaden van der Hayden. Evelyn does well to cut that one out. And Farpoi all the way back to his keeper. Twig has covered every blade of grass, along with a couple of his teammates so far in the 23 shirt there. The set always there to mop up for Suburbs. Quite an experienced lineup and bench for Suburbs today. The starting 11 had an average age over 27, and even their bench average age of 25, with just one youngster there, Jackson Jarvie. As De Vries looks to fire and across, and header came in, but kept in by Kaulua and kept alive. United, through El Khaleesi, looked to get clear. Again, Suburbs through Francis De Vries, just looking to slow things down a little. Michelle sends it out the right flank, looking for Kaulua. He's under pressure there from Machuka. Stephen flicks it on for Machuka, who looks to turn, but nice work again from Twig. Such a busy player. Atkinson working hard in defence there. So United look to break forward again, and Singh now up against the substitute. Looks to fire it all the way across to Vollenhoven. Up against the experienced Thomas, and Thomas got a bit of help from Lisette. Good defending from an experienced pair there for Eastern Suburbs. For all the experience they have in their lineup, it's their goalkeeper, who's the youngster of the team, just 18 years of age, Joseph Knowles. One of the bunch of squad members for Eastern Suburbs involved for the New Zealand under-23 Olympic squad. He was on the bench for New Zealand's 3-1 win over Fiji the other day. Good contest again there between Stephen and Kaulua, and the United player frustrated, but he appeared to have his arms around Kaulua. He may claim it was both ways, but you wrap your arms around an opponent like that, and the linesman's only a couple of yards away, you're going to do well to get away with it. So, good spot for set-piece specialist Francis De Vries to send in across for Eastern Suburbs. Well-travelled player, De Vries, who's, I think he was born in Christchurch, but he's played right across Europe, Switzerland and Sweden, along with the United States. Here he is, sending it in dangerously, but well claimed by weight. Billingsley, who like De Vries, is represented New Zealand at the highest level. Hoyle just looking to control things from the back. Finds Lisette. Chipped forward for Bunch to run on to. Does well to take on his markers there. Another really good contest, but nicely defended in the end. El Khaleesi, once again, we've seen him do that a few times, driving through the middle of the pitch. Disappointing ball. So the way things are heading with Auckland City comfortably leading in their last match of the season, it looks like City are going to claim the Northern League title. Eastern Suburbs will finish in second spot. It's been a good achievement for the side after a disappointing year last year. They did make the Chatham Cup semi-finals as well, but they lost in the semi-final to Christchurch United a couple of weeks back. But you feel like they've got a good, strong squad to compete in the National League, which gets underway just a few weeks. They'll get a chance to try and get revenge over Christchurch United when the National League rolls round. Suburbs to build from the back again. The substitute, Jaden van der Heyden, goes long. Looking for Michelle, who flicks it on to an oncoming run. Good save from Mac Waite. Fortunately, there wasn't too much power in the shot. Keepers haven't really had to make too many saves so far in this match. William Stephen, happy for that one to go for a goal kick. May get a substitution here. And a couple of players coming on here for Auckland United. Fumio Ito in the 3 and Xavier Green in the 17. So we've just about hit the hour mark in this clash, the final round of the Northern League. El Khaleesi again turning and looking to drive forward. Always busy. Links up with the substitute Xavier Green, who's just come on. El Khaleesi again turning, finding space, and goes past Lisette. Out to the other substitute, Ito. Scrambled clear though by Suburbs. These substitutions might just add an extra spark to United. Everland is strong in the aerial challenge there. And nice turn there. And effort coming in too. Mishfir Singh, the 28, an attack for Auckland United. Only just recently turned 17. 3 Northern League goals already to his name. He's a top scorer for the Auckland United reserves last season. Clearly a player with big raps at the club. Wait takes his time before sending it long. Be Ito to take the throw. Links up with Redfern, who's been pretty quiet, the Auckland United forward. And dangerous one there though. Centre cross. Josh Redfern, the big number 9 for Auckland United. He was born over in London, but moved to New Zealand at a very young age, and has a wonderful goal scoring record over the last couple of years for Auckland United. Top scorer last year with 14 goals, all up in the league, and has 11 Northern League goals to his name this season, but hasn't had much of a sniff yet today. Awkward one there, and Hoyle looks to get it clear for Suburbs. Bunch finds that one coming to him fortuitously and allows him to drive forward. Good challenge coming in from Ross Haviland though. And Bunch always making life awkward for opposing defenders. And then at the other end, Hoyle loses out to Redfern. Hoyle still battling away. United trying to open up space for a shot now through Khaleesi, but look at all the white shirts around him. And I referred to the match as an arm wrestle earlier, and I think it still describes the match so far very well. More protests to the referee, Ashley Wilson, who's done well to keep his cool in the game. Bunch flicks it across to Kalua. Links up with Thurston. Calls for offside, I think, there, but nothing awarded. And strong challenge coming in from Haviland, who's fired up, thinking there should have been an offside. Might get another substitution here. See if we can pick that up. Breeze has really picked up here at Madills Farm, as Thurston gets a rest after a busy game. And on in the 29 shirt, Malcolm Young, 22-year-old, into the middle of the park for Eastern Suburbs. Thurston was always busy for Suburbs and was the player who was fouled just before half-time, which led to a penalty being awarded, which Francis de Vries converted, the only goal so far in this match. Can't say it's been a game of beautiful and free-flowing football, but it does feel like the kind of game where anything could still happen. Svarpoi drives forward. Billingsley keeps that one in. Hoyle only as far as an opponent, and Lisette in the right place to cut that one out. Nasio Machuka. Haviland. Out to Billingsley. Sends it down the line to Ito. Good tussle there with Thomas, who, remember, has been booked in that first half. The Eastern Suburbs captain. Farpoi chips it down the line and flicked on. Is this a chance for Redfern? It opens up, curls it in brilliantly, and there is an equaliser. Josh Redfern, I've said earlier, he's been pretty quiet today, kept pretty quiet, but he's the type of player who, if he gets half a sniff, he'll take advantage, and it was nicely worked by Auckland United there. Flicked on, and then nice wee all across to Redfern, and oh, you could just see him eyeing up exactly what he was going to do. And just as I was saying, anything could happen in this match. An equaliser comes for Auckland United. It might just spark things up again in this match. Been simmering away for a lot of the match. Very physical game. Lots of stoppages for injuries. Mr. Vries drives forward. Young there, the substitute, was trying to link up with Bunch. Thomas links up with Michelle, who goes to ground heavily. Play goes on though through Hoyle, who, big challenge coming in from Redfern. And now challenge through the back of Lisette, but it falls for Redfern, the goal scorer, but can't link up with a teammate. Looks like United are certainly fired up after finding that equaliser. Suburbs, it would have felt like they were just happy enough with feeling like they were in control with that one goal lead. And then heavy touch there from Van der Hayden. But two 17s going head to head. Hoyle, with his experience, doing enough there to deny Xavier Green. Another substitution coming here with around 20 minutes still to play at Madills Farm. That's the 18 coming on there for Auckland United. Nico Zambrano, the Chilean player who we've seen plenty of over the last few years. 4 Northern League goals to his name this season. Scored a bunch, I think 14 last year as well. There's Stephen Hoyle. It's needing a bit of attention here, and yeah, that's not a good signal. Looks like he's going to have to make way, which will be tough because he's been a bit of a rock at the back today for Eastern Suburbs. And of course, with the National League Championship just around the corner, players will be wanting to avoid any injuries that could hinder their involvement in that. And when you've been around the block a few times like Stephen Hoyle, you certainly want to avoid any injuries like that. So let's hope he's okay. So we get another substitution, and it's the 20-year-old Jackson Jarvie, the 31 shirt coming on for Hoyle. Has made plenty of appearances, 17 appearances at the back throughout the season for Eastern Suburbs. I said just as the second half kicked off that I was hoping the second half might not be as stop-start as the first half, but it has played out in similar style. Both these teams, though, do manage to pop up with goals late in matches. And Suburbs have scored almost a quarter of their goals after the 80-minute mark in the Northern League. Remarkably, I'm not sure they've conceded a goal in the final 10 minutes or so, but here's Redfern trying to get on the end of it. Can't do. Suburbs get play back underway. Playing into quite a strong breeze in this half, Eastern Suburbs. Kalua. It's well cut out though by Xavier Green, and look at his electric pace coming on as a fresh player and tries to link up. Well, Zambrano and then Redfern, but they're still on the attack here, United. Confidently claimed there by Knowles. Kalua goes long. Pretty comfortable one though for United to deal with, but Suburbs do get it back. Jarvie will take the throw in here and might look to get a cross in. Definitely a beautiful spring day for football here at Madills Farm. Might be a bit of a taste of the types of conditions. There's no handball awarded there on Twig. And now Kalua driving into the box and claims that he might have been clipped there as he made his way into the area, but El Khaleesi driving forward again. Sandwiched between De Vries and Malcolm Young, but United go on. Thomas, well, strong defending there. Bunch loses out there to Haviland. Sione Farpoi goes all the way back to his keeper, Macwaite. Ross Haviland not under much pressure there. Billingsley looking to try and drive down that flank. Haven't seen too much of him in an attacking capacity today for United. Francis de Vries, the goal scorer for Eastern Suburbs, gets play back underway. Twig drives forward and feeds it through, looking for Jarvie. Can't quite find him. Kalua might have just done enough there to slow down Zambrano. That's it. Happy just to thump that one clear, but it will come back at Eastern Suburbs again. Through Vollenhoven, who tries to beat Twig to the ball there, but can't. El Khaleesi, how many times have we seen him with the spin move? Try spinning, that's a good trick. Comfortable there for Knowles. United certainly increasing in confidence as this game goes on, and now Vollenhoven happy to have a shot but blocked. And Twig has a bit of space in front of him, looks up. It's United again through Green. Sent across. Redfern trying to open up a shot. Zambrano could be a dangerous player as we enter the last 10 minutes or so here. Sends it across to Farpoi, getting a long way forward, and he swings and across, but once again blocked. Should be a Suburbs throw, that one, I think. We get another substitution. And I think that's Jake Michelle coming off, and on comes the 27, Dylan Lang McConnell. 23-year-old, as both teams give plenty of the players on the bench a bit of a run here. Another stoppage now, it's Joe Knowles needing a bit of attention. Well, there's been a lot of research and a lot of talk lately about how often and how long the ball is actually in play for in a game of football. I'd hate to see a study done on this match because it's been one of the more stop-start ones that I've seen in recent times. But we're inside the final 10 minutes or so. Scores locked at one apiece. These two teams already qualified for the National League, courtesy of finishing in the top 4 of the Northern League. Eastern Suburbs going into this match still had an outside chance of claiming the Northern League title if Auckland City had happened to drop points today against Manukau, who are down at the bottom of the table in a relegation battle. And unfortunately for Eastern Suburbs, Auckland City, the defending champs, cruising 5-1 up. I'm sure more than anything, Eastern Suburbs won't want to concede a late goal here, as United again hunting around that area, but Lisette this time driving forward. Showing a bit of pace with the long legs there, but strong challenge coming in there to stop him in his tracks. Young looks to link up with Jarvie, a couple of the substitutes. Now Bunch. Good cross, right across the area though. And then nice effort there. Good effort from Lang McConnell, another substitute for Eastern Suburbs, who turned and shot, and now the other goalkeeper, Mac Wade, is down injured again. Yeah, I'm sure Eastern Suburbs would hate to concede a late goal here because they've gone unbeaten across 21 rounds of the Northern League. They're going to, if they do remain unbeaten today, achieve that rare feat of going through a league season unbeaten and yet not claiming the title. They've had a couple of great tussles with the champions, Auckland City, throughout the season, and I'm sure there'll be some more good tussles in store in the National League. Once again, Waite, who copped a very nasty one in the face in the first half, looks like he's good to continue. United might be particularly keen to try and find a late winner here, just to prove a point that they're still a force to be reckoned with in that upcoming National League. Redfern showing his pace and gets a first touch there, and was it Thomas there with that touch to just hack it clear? Well, it looks like a goal kick awarded, so it must have been Redfern with the touch. Yeah, that National League, we're going to see the 10 best men's teams from across the country, including these two, and Northern League champions Auckland City, along with Manurewa AFC. They'll be joined by Wellington Olympic, the Central League champs, and the Wellington Phoenix. Christchurch United, the Southern League champs, and Cashmere Technical, and a couple of other Central League teams will be finalised over the weekend as well. It's El Khaleesi sends it forward. You see what he was trying to do there, trying to find Ito, but will be a goal kick. Of course, the Women's National League will be getting underway as well, and that's going to be a fascinating competition. Both these clubs will be participating in that Women's National League. Auckland United having won the NRFL Women's Premiership. There's another foul. And yeah, that Women's National League will be an intriguing competition. These two teams finishing in those top 2 spots in the Northern League. He'll be joined by Ellerslie and Western Springs, along with a couple of new look Capital Football, hybrid sides. El Khaleesi wins a free kick. So Waterside Karori and Wellington United headlining women's teams from the Capital Region in that National League. And then there'll be the Central Football Federation, the Canterbury United Pride and Southern United, along with a Wellington Phoenix side in that competition for, I think, must be the first time, which will be really intriguing and great for the development of young footballers in the country. El Khaleesi leaves it, but we'll get it back here. Sends it across and in the net. And Auckland United celebrate. A late goal here. And they've been impressive in the second half. I think it may have been the number 3 for Mia Ito who got the final touch. It seems to be the one celebrating there, along with Yusuf El Khaleesi. But they've turned it around here after a half-time deficit with 2 second-half goals. And Auckland United, are they going to consign Eastern Suburbs to their only loss in the Northern League season? There will be quite a bit of stoppage time again, I'm sure. So plenty of time for Suburbs to try and pull one back. Twig, who's had such a busy game. Now to DeVries, who scored from the penalty spot. Awkward one there with Twig trying to get on the end of it. And there is an immediate equaliser. There's appeals of interference from Auckland United, but Eastern Suburbs celebrate. And Auckland United's lead didn't last for long at all. It's a messy one, and might even go down as an own goal. It was the substitute Jackson Jarvie who fired it across. May have taken a touch from El Khaleesi. Jarvie no doubt will claim it. As just trying to understand what the discussions are here. This is protests from Auckland United. Ongoing discussions here. Has the Auckland United player been shown a card? Missed exactly what happened there, I'm afraid. There may have been a red card awarded in the aftermath there. Doesn't look like it was to El Khaleesi, but it may have been his teammate Ignacio Machuca. Sorry that I missed exactly what happened there, but I said that it was a type of game. It's not the prettiest, but where anything could happen, and well, that's exactly what has happened late on here. Let's hope it doesn't boil over too much, because with it being a bit of a dead rubber of a match now, the last thing you want is players copping suspensions or anything like that. There's El Khaleesi. Is there still some further drama to come in this match? There's frustration there for Xavier Green. But now it's Bunch up against Billingsley. But offside flag goes up against the Eastern Suburbs striker. See another substitution very late in this one. Number 13, Cameron Seibert, coming on for Auckland United. Just 16 years of age. Coming into final few minutes of this match with, well, tempers flaring. I'm sure there's still a bit of referees' time to play here too, with all the stoppages that we've had. Feel like there's still a bit of drama to come. Haviland gets things underway. So yeah, just had it confirmed that there was a red card shown to an Auckland United player. I think it was Ignacio Machuca, the number 8. Just in the aftermath of that equaliser from Eastern Suburbs. Green looks to link up with Redfern. There is the substitute. It's a bit of a size mismatch there, but looks to spark something for his side. Seabird up against Jarvie, a couple of young players, but a bit of a David and Goliath battle there. Now Kalua wins his team a throw. El Khaleesi's toiled throughout the game, trying everything for his Auckland United side. Suburbs now down the left flank. Cut out by Whapoi. Sent long. Bunch making a nuisance of himself again, and he gets it back here for Suburbs. That could be cut out with Green now trying to unleash his teammate, but DeVries does well. And frustrated they didn't get an advantage there as the ball went forward, but it will be a set piece opportunity here. It's taken quickly by Eastern Suburbs, but they do have players forward. Surely they'll look to get into the box. Yeah, they do, and Bunch with his back to goal. What can he create? Lays it across to Kalua. He lays it across to Jarvie. Can he get another? Forces a big save out of the Auckland United goalkeeper, Mac Waite. Good save. Gee, he's had a bit of a crazy match. Copped a nasty shot to the face in the first half. He's pulled out a crucial save there to deny Jackson Jarvie, who is a late substitute. He's already claimed one goal. I think he'll be claiming Eastern Suburbs equaliser. Could have been the hero with a late winner there. They do have a corner through to DeVries. It's that man Jarvie can't quite keep it in there, but took a touch. So Malcolm Young takes it quickly and gets it back. Still players forward for Suburbs. Well cleared by Haviland. Lissette happy to go all the way back to Joe Knowles. And there is the full-time whistle. And it ends up a 2-2 draw here at Madills Farm between Eastern Suburbs and Auckland United. And have to say, a draw probably feels like a fair result. It's been a bit of an epic arm wrestle of a match. Not the prettiest, very stop-start, but heaps of drama, especially late on. And both teams coming from behind throughout the match to even things up. We'll bring you some highlights from some of the goal action throughout the match. You see in the first half there, Waite called into action, effort there from Kalua sent over. This was an indirect free kick, and watch what happens here for the poor keeper. Waite wearing it in the face, but preventing a shot. He couldn't do anything to stop this penalty that Francis de Vries converted after Thurston had been fouled. So that put Suburbs in front just before the break. But United fought back well in the second half, and Josh Redfern getting his 12th Northern League goal of the season with a brilliant finish there to level things up after 67 minutes. And then a well-worked move here. El Khaleesi chipping it across, and I think it took a touch from Ito. He was certainly claiming it to put Auckland United ahead late on. But just a couple of minutes later, collision there and sent across by Jarvi. El Khaleesi deflected the ball into the net. It may go down as an own goal. Jarvi was claiming it, but that levelled it back up at 2 apiece. It's had a wee bit of everything this match. Eastern Suburbs with that late equaliser finished their season in second place behind champions Auckland City. Congratulations to Auckland City. Eastern Suburbs, though, have gone through the season unbeaten. It's been a great effort, and Auckland United finish in third place in the Northern League. Both teams qualify for the upcoming National League Championship. There is plenty of brilliant football just around the corner, not just the men's and women's National League Championships, of course, but also the finals of the Kate Shepherd Cup and Chatham Cup coming up soon as well. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage today and throughout the Northern League, Central League and Southern League seasons as Eastern Suburbs celebrate what's been an impressive season with their fans. They'll be a bit gutted that they've fallen just short of claiming the crown, but they can get revenge in the upcoming National League. So from myself, Morgan Jarvis, and everyone else bringing you this broadcast, thank you and farewell from Madills Farm in Auckland.